I want to talk about Baker Mayfield because these middle-aged men who are puffer boys who worship a diminutive-sized quarterback who's just not good and who's got a weak arm. I don't know where they get this strong arm thing. He's got to torque his whole body to be able to be able to throw the ball as hard as a normal quarterback. But let's look at his rookie season. 27 TDs and 14 interceptions in 13 games. Not bad. Not bad at all. He had some moments there. He also threw 3 interceptions, game-ending interception against Baltimore, final game of the season that wrapped up that season. He threw 3 interceptions that day. But yeah, he didn't have a bad rookie season. I actually thought he may be the real deal. Then he gets who he wants. Freddie Kitchens the second year, and he shits the bed. 22-21. Got a quarterback, got the coach he wanted, 22 TDs and 21 interceptions, and played like shit all year. Played terrible. And then we get Kevin Stefanski. First 4 or 5 games, he's so bad. We get blown out by Baltimore and blown out by Pittsburgh because he just shits the bed. I think he threw a pick 6 to start the game against Pittsburgh. He just played so bad in the first 4 games. And remind you, there's nobody in the stands, maybe 5,000 people or less in the stands. Can't play in front of a crowd. And Stefanski has to come to a decision. I got to put him in game manager mode. Make everything, slow it down for him, make everything easy for him. And he starts out the Cincinnati game like 0 for 6. Throws an interception and Beckham gets injured. Then he goes on an 11-game stretch where he plays pretty good football in a game manager mode. Kevin Stefanski slowed everything up for him, game manager mode. We made the playoffs. We played the Steelers. We had a 35-7 halftime lead that he almost squandered. He had to hold on to win that. We have a 35-7 lead. We almost squandered the way because Baker started struggling. He threw a couple 5-6-yard slants that Landry and Chubb took to the house. Decent game, but like I said, it was all run after the catch. We go into Kansas City. Second half opens and he throws a interception in his own red zone. In his own 20-yard line, an interception. And we lose that game. So then last year, Kevin Stefanski, here's Mayfield. Opening day, we have a 12-point lead on the Kansas City Chiefs, and Baker Mayfield squanders it and gets the ball at the end of the game and throws a game-ending interception again into triple coverage. Terrible throw. Presently, that season, he went on to throw a game-ending interception against the Baltimore Ravens when we were driving, and another game-ending interception against the Green Bay Packers as we were driving to win the game. So 3 times that season, he threw game-ending interceptions when we were driving downfield to win the game. Also against Green Bay, he should have had like 9 interceptions that day. He played atrocious. And people blame Stefanski, but he opened up the offense like Baker complained about. He wanted the offense opened up. He opened it up, and Baker couldn't play. Baker shit the bed. So that is the Baker Mayfield that these puffer boys worship. He needs to be in a system game manager mode. That's it. That's all he is. And I love how these Mayfield puffer boys give you 11-game stretch where he was a top 10 quarterback. Can't give you seasons. They can give you 11-game stretch where he was a top 10 quarterback. Oh, he's a top 10 quarterback. He's a top 10 quarterback. Or they'll point to how he played against Houston his rookie year. He threw for like 380 yards. Yeah, he threw 3 interceptions that day also. And in the second half, he got all those yards because they were playing prevent defense. They didn't care. It was all underneath. 10-yard passes, 20-yard gains. So Baker Mayfield is what he is. He's a mid-20 to 32 quarterback at best. You know what he is? He's a perfect backup. Baker Mayfield could have a long career as an NFL backup, much like Colt McCoy. But Baker Mayfield, in his mind, the diminutive Napoleon complex that he has, sees himself as an alpha. And he's not. He sees himself as a starter in this league. And all he is a backup, a career backup like Colt McCoy. And his fans are living vicarious through him because they're like, that should have been me in high school. I could have done that. No. Baker Mayfield was the worst pick. The Browns. Cleveland made the worst decision ever, John Dorsey. They should have took Josh Allen. They took a diminutive, pint-sized midget who's just not an NFL quarterback. He's a career backup, and he could make a ton of money being a career backup, but Baker looks at himself as a alpha. He's a Napoleonic individual. Like Tony Busby, real small guy that has a Napoleonic thing. He's loud and proud, and that don't work in the NFL. So Baker Mayfield probably is between 20 and 32 at best as an NFL quarterback. You have to put him in a game manager mode just to be any good, just to be able to use him. Everything has to be perfect. If you just let him throw the ball, look what happened his second season, and look what happened last year. They let him throw, and I don't want to hear about his arm injury. It was on the opposite shoulder. Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles played a whole season like that. Nobody even knows because they never mentioned it to anybody. Baker has a history of showing everybody how tough he is. I can play through injury. I can do this. And that didn't work out for him, did it? So that's the reason nobody wants Baker Mayfield. No one's going to trade for a backup quarterback. Now, if a starter goes down, there is a good chance that Baker Mayfield, and the Browns are smart, might be a viable option. Because Baker Mayfield is a lot better than some of these quarterbacks out there. Well, a lot better than a lot of these guys that are on teams right now that they could choose as a quarterback. If Tom Brady goes down, Baker Mayfield will be a good fit. But he's not a starter. The only chance he'll be as a starter is if someone gets injured. And that's not even the factor. And honestly, that's not even a guarantee right now. I have a feeling if someone gets injured, I don't even think Baker Mayfield gets a call. I think he's damaged goods. And it's not only because he's a subpar quarterback, it's basically because he's a child. Nobody likes his personality. He's a child. So I just explained to you, Baker Mayfield, Stefanski had to put him as a game manager just to be able to play in this league. If he's not a game manager, he can't play at this level. Accept it. 3 game-ending interceptions last year. That's terrible.